Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Friday, the 15th day of January. Can we believe we're halfway through January?
I know.
How did that happen?
Started.
It was just New Year's the other day.
I know.
And now here we are, halfway through. It's National Bagel Day, National Booch Day, National Hat Day, and National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. All of those things happening. And I've got a guest. Do you know who my guest is?
I do know who your guest is.
It's one of Heidi's favorite people in the whole wide world. James Murray. There's probably some folks going, who in the world is that? If you ever watch the TV show Impractical Jokers, he goes by the name Murr.
I love him.
He's one of my top 4 favorite Impractical Jokers. I'm not going to pick a favorite. I like all of them. I think they're funny. But we've talked to him numerous times in the past. He's always a lot of fun. And he's got a book that came out the end of last year. It's called Don't Move. It's a thriller. I'm excited to chat with Mr. James Murray coming up in just a bit on the John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A one-poll survey found the majority of Americans will quit their New Year's resolutions before February.
So far, we're on track. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing really well.
Yeah.
A lot of folks listening are probably doing well, but there's some that maybe are not doing as well. So don't feel bad if you're not doing well. Make the decision to get back on track.
Right.
Don't go, well, I already messed up, so now it's just done forever. No, just reevaluate, refocus, and start over.
It was a hiccup.
There you go. Another survey says 2/3 of parents are teaching their children ways to unwind after a chaotic 2020. So they're saying, you just need to relax and calm down a little bit out there. So I've got a link to that survey as well. Both of those in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A Connecticut woman who tried to elude the police as the getaway driver at a liquor store robbery, then tried to sell the booze on Snapchat.
It's probably not super smart.
Probably not. 21-year-old Asian Ryan, Aysia, or Asia? How would you say that?
I don't know. Asia, probably.
Busted on charges including third-degree robbery and third-degree reckless endangerment. This happened back in August at M&R Liquors. Police say that Ryan and an unidentified male accomplice entered a liquor store and stole about $800 worth of booze. Then they fled. And that is when they attempted to try to sell this. The police tried to stop the vehicle that was leaving the scene. They were unable to do so. They were driving erratically. Anyway, they tried to sell this ill-gotten booze on Snapchat. They used Ryan's account, and she was the one that was arrested, and so was he. But not a good plan.
Of all the things you're going to steal...
Yeah. If you're going to steal that, and then you're going to try to sell $800 worth of booze online,
just drink it.
Well, I don't think that's a good idea either. How about this? Don't steal it.
Well,
that's
don't
a better
steal,
plan.
obviously, but
much better.
If you're gonna steal something you want.
That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Former To Catch a Predator host, Chris Hansen. I actually almost had an interview with him. We had it scheduled.
Almost.
Well, I had an interview scheduled with him, and then something happened where it didn't work out. But I would have loved to have chatted with Mr. Hansen. I thought he seems like a nice guy.
We have a coworker who loves that show.
Yeah, he does. Anyway, To Catch a Predator, former host Chris Hansen said Jeffrey Epstein was once a target of a potential undercover sting, but it never went down. So they were working on it, and then whatever happened, it just didn't happen. But he said that would have been a pretty good episode.
Yeah, it would have.
Fuller House star Candace Cameron Bure is still not too thrilled about the online haters who were criticizing her family Christmas card, and now this is all stirring up again on the internet.
Leave people
each other
alone.
And here's the thing I'd like to say: just be nice to each other.
Why would you have to hate on someone's Christmas card if you don't like it? That's fine. Move on.
Yeah,
you don't
keep
have
scrolling.
to say anything.
Exactly.
It's a Christmas card.
That's what I was thinking. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of giftcardchallenge.org. You can protect your baby from germs with a no-touch sign, apparently. It's a thing that is apparently a new thing. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
But there's a thing when a person sees a brand new baby, they want to go over and touch them and pinch them and squeeze them and pick them up and anything that you can. But the big problem is germs. So like zoos have signs that say, don't feed the animals, don't tap the glass, don't touch the...
Kid like a zoo animal.
They're saying, they're just saying... There's a shop called Little Love Canada. They've got a solution. It says, please don't touch. It's a little sign that clips on your child's car carrier seat or stroller. It's actually kind of a neat idea. I've never seen anything quite like that before, but it's one solution. Human hands evolved the way they did so we could use tools, not so we could punch one another, according to a lead researcher.
You think?
What? They say that we could have ended up several different shapes and sizes, but it was about holding tools. One variation would allow us to make a fist and beat each other a little better, but they say that didn't happen. Our fists are shaped differently, and they think that all of that is so we can use our fists to hold tools.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not so we could punch each other. I mean, that's not why that's not why they were made.
I'm reading all the details on this. I'm not going to read all of it because
that's just silly.
Some of it's about scratching your tush. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next story. 2020, the idea of a voice-controlled refrigerator might have seemed silly, but now it's in the works for 2021.
Yeah, it still seems silly.
They're saying that it's so you don't have to touch the handle.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So
people.
you can have, it's called InstaView. You can open the door with a voice command. It's useful when you have your hands full if you're carrying groceries in or whatever. Of course, it could also be helpful during a pandemic when you don't want extra people touching extra things. But I never would have thought of a touch-free refrigerator. When I was a kid, my dad said they should put a window in a refrigerator so you can see what's in there. And now they actually have like screens.
Now that idea I like because then you don't have to open it.
But they actually have some that have a screen and you push a button and you can see what's in there without opening it. I was like, oh, that's my dad's idea, kind of, sort of. And one last thing here. Did you think Facebook was just for posting pictures of your grandchildren and sunsets and dogs? Well, think again. Facebook has now been linked to increasing your brain power for the elderly. The older generation is turning to Hi, how you doing? The older generation, I'm trying to rush through this because I'm almost done. The older generation is turning to a popular social media site to keep their mind sharp. A study says the elderly that is learning to use Facebook performs 25% better in tasks designed to measure their ability and their memory and a bunch of different things. So they're saying if you are an elderly person or if you know someone that's elderly, it's not on social media, that might actually help. So,
okay.
I don't know. It's also, I see a lot of arguments and things on there too, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's insurancechicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. For the fans of the TV show Impractical Jokers, you know him as Murr. It's Mr. James Murray. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you, man?
Doing great, man. And I'm excited to chat with you again. We've talked several times in the past about the TV show. We talked about the movie that came out, but now we're going to talk about a new book came out last fall. It's called Don't Move. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, thanks. It is the scariest that you'll ever have. The book is about a church group from the Bronx that goes on their annual summer camping trip to the woods of West Virginia. But this particular summer, they wander into the wrong woods because in these woods, there's this terrifying prehistoric arachnid that lives in the treetops and can hunt them via the vibration they make in the forest. And the only way out is a Class 5 Rapids River, but they have no boat. It's like the ultimate logistical puzzle and nightmare. And these characters are great lead characters. Megan Forrester has to use all of her skills and all the background to solve her way out of the situation. You're going to love the book. It has so many twists and turns, and the ending is shocking, and you won't be able to put it down once you pick it up. It's called Don't Move.
Well, folks are loving this book, and it's written in such a way that it's just such a vivid story. It almost feels like it belongs on the big screen. Would you like to see this become a movie?
That's the plan. Whenever we write our novels, we write with the movie or television show in mind. So, we'll come up with the hook of the book, and then we'll come up with the characters that inhabit the world and what their own inner demons are, what they need to achieve or overcome, and then we think of movie moments. Literally, we'll think of visuals that just pop and explode in your mind like you would watching a movie on a screen, and we anchor the book in these movie moments. So I think when you're reading it, you will absolutely see the movie play out in your own mind. So, yes, we are out pitching it now as a movie, and hopefully you'll see that soon at home or one day in theaters again.
I think that would be really cool for this to become a movie.
I agree. Heck, I'll buy you a ticket if it becomes a movie.
Again, visiting right now with James Murray. Again, a lot of folks know him as Murr from the Impractical Jokers. How long has that show been out? We've been watching it from the beginning, but it's been several years, hasn't it?
We have been making the television show for 10 years now. How about that?
Well, it's a real fun show. And in addition to the TV show, we also really enjoyed the movie. And one of my favorite things was getting a chance to see you guys perform live. I don't know if you remember, but the first time we saw you was in like an airport hangar.
You know what's funny, by the way? We have toured now for 7 years with Jokers. We've done thousands of shows, including Madison Square Garden and 7 nights now at the O2 Arena sold out, and Radio City probably 7 or 8 nights. But one of the shows I remember distinctly in that airport hangar, because we've never before or since played an airport hangar, and that is, we collectively remember that night. I remember the jokes. I remember everything, the performance. I remember where I was standing on stage that night. How crazy is that?
That's really, really cool. And I every so often Facebook will share that memory. And when I post that memory, I remember when we first posted it back then, there were people who knew you. There were people who watched the show like we did. But it was just a small fraction of my friends. And then now when I post that, I get hundreds of people that go, "You met Murr? When did you meet Murr?" I'm like, well, way back before you knew he was Murr. So it's really cool to see how well you guys have done over the last decade, and congrats on that.
Thanks. The live tour is great fun. It's like hanging out with your best friends from TV for a night in person. You hear stories from our lives. You hear us rip into each other. We shot hidden camera challenges just for the live show. You can't see anywhere else except for at the show. It's great fun. It's like a rock concert.
It really is. It is a ton of fun. And now, completely different from that, but also very cool, the new book, it's out right now, Don't Move, and it's from Murr, the guy we're talking to, and you've got a co-writer on this as well. Let's talk a little bit about who is working with you on this book.
Darren is a dear friend of mine. He was actually in my bridal party at my wedding, no joke. We've become best friends over the past few years. We met 4 years ago. I needed somebody to help me polish up my first book, Awakened, because I didn't have time with our tour schedule and Jokers. And so I interviewed a bunch of writers. Him and I hit it off immediately. We're the same age. We like the same kind of thrillers and horror movies. And we hit it off. He's a great guy, a best-selling author in his own right. And we've just become dear friends. And now he's my writing partner in most of our books. That's
very, very cool. Murr, congrats on all the success. I wish you the very best on Don't Move as well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You're going to love the book.
It's called Don't Move. It's available right now from Murr from the Impractical Jokers. You can find it listed on Amazon under James Murr Murray. I've got a link to it to make it really easy, though. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cats have fewer toes on their back paws than they do on their front paws.
I've never paid attention.
Yeah, it says like most four-legged mammals, they have 5 toes on the front, but their back paws only have 4 toes. Scientists think the 4 toes in the back paws might be to help them run faster.
Okay.
See the 2 toes back there not slowing you down, apparently. Never really put much thought into it.
I've never even looked, to be completely honest.
Either way, now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, Poland. A man escaped unscathed after a wild boar chased him around a hospital parking lot in Poland. What the what? Man tried to flee. The boar pursued the man around a parked car until apparently the boar got bored. The man did not need hospital treatment. That just seems really weird.
Where
to me.
was it?
In Poland.
Okay.
At a hospital. I don't know. I don't know if that's a common thing there. I have no clue. Just seems like a very bizarre story. It is today's news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Texas woman accused of stealing a $10,000 dog and then driving for more than a mile with a store employee who was trying to stop her, clung to the hood of her car.
Oh my gosh.
Video captured the store worker, Elise James, on the front of the sedan as they sped through this Harris County area. Said, "I was hanging on for dear life," she told an NBC affiliate.
That is one dedicated employee.
She was working at a place called Bully Camp when a couple came in and discussed financing options for buying an exotic bully puppy. But while she stepped away, the couple grabbed the dog and ran. According to the TV station and court documents, James tried to stop them after they got in their vehicle. She stood in front of them, but they took off, and she was thrown onto the hood.
Oh, my gosh.
That shows the video that her still on the hood, holding on for dear life. A male passenger got out and punched her and threw her off the vehicle. Police are still trying to identify the man involved. So, what the what? Just a bizarre story. I've got a link to the story if you want to read.
So they got away.
No, it sounds like it, but I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know how long, though. I don't know. But it's just a weird story. It's in the show notes for today.
That employee deserves a raise. I'm just saying.
It's in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A California jogger who allegedly spat on random people has been arrested. 38-year-old James Howard was arrested in Glendale after there were reports of a shirtless male jogger spitting on random people.
That's lovely.
They say he was spitting on anyone who ran past that didn't have a face mask on.
There we go. That's what it comes down to.
He was arrested and charged with battery, elder abuse, and hate crimes. His victims ranged in age from 13 to 78. In some incidents, he used racial slurs during his assaults. Howard later admitted to police that he committed still more assaults than he had not gotten reported for as well. Police say so far 8 incidents have been linked to Howard. But he said, no, there are way more than that. You guys only caught me for 8. So he was proud of the fact that he was doing this. Everybody just calm down. Take a deep breath. Calm down. This is today's Moment of Da, brought to you by timeforrehab.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Fake news or Florida. A Florida woman was busted in February for calling 911 and saying she was, wink, wink, in the mood. But now she's accused of doing this again. Fake news or Florida?
I'll say Florida.
It is a true story.
Yeah, that's...
I remember back in, it was like a year ago, we read that story because I was thinking, why would you call and bother these people? They're on duty. They're working.
Maybe she thought they'd send a fireman over.
I have no idea what her plan was. It didn't work. They did send someone over.
They sent someone over, but not for what she wanted.
Oh, good. You brought handcuffs. Yeah, I sure did. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of giftcardchallenge.org, which once again is a place you can go to create your own good news. Again, all the details at giftcardchallenge.org. Love this headline. Man hospitalized for 2 months says his wife's voice helped him out of a coma. How cool is this? South Carolina man says his wife's voice helped him out of this coma. Don Gilmer, age 43, hospitalized after being tested positive for coronavirus, and says he didn't sleep that night. He woke up early the next morning, packed a bag, and went to the hospital. And when he got into the hospital, ended up in a coma. He was there for 63 days.
Whoa.
But it was during that time. It says nothing was working, nothing was helping me recover. I'll really never forget when they came in with papers I needed to sign to go on a ventilator. He said that scared me. They put him in a medically induced coma, and they called his wife. She came in, and it was the wife's words of encouragement that helped make him through it. He said, I just told him that he was doing great and that they were taking good care of him and he was in amazing hands, but she continually spoke to him. He says, I swear I heard her voice, and by the time she left, I was stable. She's my angel, She's the reason I'm here.
What a sweetie.
I like that. It's a really cool story. I've got a link to this in the show notes if you want to read all the details, and you can find that. And there's photos of these two lovey-dovey lovebirds sitting, and he's in a hospital bed still in the photos. But you can see the photos and read the story and get all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.